Hello, my name is Jayla Watts, and this is my digital project. The topic I decided to do my project on is code switching. I decided to do this topic as it is something I can personally relate to, as there are numerous times in my life where I've had to code switch. Using The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas and The Souls of Black Folks by W.E.B. Du Bois, I was able to figure out why exactly I had to code switch. I found out that the reason is because minorities are not able to feel accepted by a majority group or even other minority groups if they are to act in a certain way that would play into the negative stereotypes about that group. In the novel The Hate You Give, the main character Star Carter explains how she has two different versions of herself. She has Williamson Star, who goes to an all-white school, who gives no one a reason to call her ghetto. And she also has Garden Heights Star, who lives in her neighborhood and gives no one a reason to call her white, but she gets to act more like herself. I noticed that with having these two different versions of herself, Star is using the double consciousness that W.E.B. Du Bois explains in The Souls of Black Folks. And using this double consciousness, she is able to code switch and adjust to her surroundings so that she can feel accepted. I had my own experience with code switching over the summer when I had a job at a dentist's office. The area the office was located in was a mostly Hispanic area, so my coworkers are Hispanic as well. So not only was there a language barrier, but I also had to maintain professionalism. And in order to do that, I had to act completely different than I did at home. That meant enunciating all of my words, not slouching, not using any type of slang. So I noticed that I would have to completely be a different person in order to not be seen as anything other as a well-mannered young girl, for nobody to give an excuse to say I was ghetto or just a disrespectful black girl. And although my experience was with another minority group, I did notice that I still had to change myself and I still had to code switch. I was also able to talk to two other young ladies who are also my age that have experiences code switching. This is what they told me.
So, hi, I'm Ryan Smith, and basically one time where I had to code switch was when I took a trip to Stanford University, and I was there for about 2 weeks, and I was around all of these, people who weren't of color, and basically, I felt like I didn't belong there. There was a lot of times where I tried to express my opinion in a certain way, and I felt like they viewed me as a stereotypical angry black woman. So, I had to talk proper the whole time, something I don't usually do because of this negative connotation about who I am and what I do as a person of color.
A time I had to code switch was my first and only job I have. So I work with a lot of white people, and so it first started happening, I first started noticing it in my interview. So I was just talking all hi, I'm trying to see you, but I was talking not how I usually talk, just trying to assimilate. And when I go to work, it's when I talk to my black coworkers, it be chill, but when I talk to my white coworkers, it's a whole different type of thing. And I never noticed it, I noticed it, but I didn't notice it. It's a subconscious thing where if you're talking to white people, I gotta change the way I be speaking so I don't sound ignorant or embarrass myself or embarrass anybody. But I don't feel like it's a pressure per se, but I don't know. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I was then able to ask one of them how they felt things could change to make code switching not so prevalent in our community.
I think that if people were to change their opinions and try to not feed into stereotypes about how they feel about other people, code switching would be a thing where it wouldn't have to be as rampant as it is, because I'm not saying I should talk improper and wrong sentence structure, but I shouldn't have to change the tone of my voice and speak in a different way just so I don't seem like I'm ghetto or I'm feeding into a stereotype where I'm angry or I'm yelling at people or anything of that nature.
As you can see, it is often and reoccurring that minorities have to change their ways, their personality, their mannerisms just to be treated as equals.